I should have did this before. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Welcome. It's the Two Live crew. Half Two Live. What's going on, First Lady?
Oh, nothing much. Can't complain. Just chilling.
All right. We gonna review the movie today. What is it called? Concrete
Concrete
Cowboy.
Cowboys.
Yeah. With our man Idris. I always feel like I said his
Yes.
name wrong. And also the young guy in there, the son, Cole.
hmm
That's the young man from Stranger Things. Have you ever watched that?
No.
No, you don't
You
get
know
that.
that's not my
I think
genre.
I watched that over your house. I was
Did
watching
you?
Stranger Things. I watched the first series, but I couldn't get into the second one. But
Mm.
but yeah, I think he did a great job if we're gonna talk about it. But yeah, so First Lady, let's just start with you. What did you think about the movie?
Let me just put this out here. I absolutely love Idris Elba. that and normally I am in favor of all his entertainment, venues.
Mm.
But this one, I think it could have been better. And I was like, well, maybe I think that it could have been better only because this was a documentary. Well, I say it's a
It was a
documentary,
documentary.
but it was based on true facts. So,
Is
and not
yeah,
only was it based on true facts, it had true characters in there.
yeah. It
So,
had actual Fletcher Street cowboys and cowgirls
yeah,
in it. That was amazing, and they did great, especially when I
they
found
did.
out.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what gave it a different feel because everybody went quote unquote professionals. So, because I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I think they could have did better on this, and I always love stuff that Idris does. He's
But he
he's on
was
that same
probably
level.
the weak link in this though. Like I felt like
Yeah,
he didn't do much.
yeah.
And he wasn't in the movie a lot. Like if you really think about it, like there was a lot of
But he
scenes
directed it as well,
that
though,
he
too,
wasn't
right?
in. No,
Huh?
no, it was a white guy directed it.
Oh, okay. See, I
Yeah.
thought he was directing it. The reason why he was in and out, then I was
Mhm.
like, well, maybe it might have been the character he was playing because the character was kind of reclused after
Yeah.
he was changed his life over or whatever because they were trying to make insinuations that at first he
Mhm.
may not have been as laid back as he is now. So,
Mhm.
hey, Stick.
Well, when I don't think he heard you.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
can you hear us? All right. Hey, how you doing? Okay, I'm gonna mute your mic since it's fake. Oh, did he say something? Okay. But go ahead, finish. Okay, so his character was laid back.
I think his character was more laid back, so he didn't do a whole lot of acting that I like to see him do. He just pretty much did the tantrums and the non-talking little tantrums or
He
the
did.
quiet
He was.
storms, I guess so.
He
So
was. He was.
so I think that was different for me than to just see him really act. So I think that was the part that was a little disappointing for me. But like you said, the other characters they picked it up. They did a wonderful job. I think it was very interesting that it was based on a true story. That because most people don't look as African Americans as being cowboys,
Yeah,
uh, and that
and
was
they
interesting to me.
are.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's like I guess that's the power of movies and media. When you see cowboy, you think John Wayne, but
Right.
there's just a whole bunch of black
Uh-huh.
cowboys and
But
who've been
not only that, he talked about what's his name? The one with the mask.
Lone Ranger.
Long was it long? Yeah, he
Yeah.
talked about him and his sidekick because he was like, he was an African American. I was like, really?
Yeah, I
Interesting.
still can't believe it. Like, even if it's true, I'm like, nah, Lone Ranger was white. Or
Because
whatever
that's
he
what he was
was.
depicted as a white man. And what
Yeah.
was it? Is it Tonto that was his sidekick?
Yeah, Tonto, yeah.
Okay, and he was the Indian.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but then once you think about it, I was like, that makes sense. That he would might have been a man of color
Mm-hmm.
that had the sidekick as the Indian.
Yeah, there's something
So
called the Bill Pickett Rodeo. You ever heard of that?
I have, uh-huh.
You can talk sticks. He's like, yes, I heard.
He did.
We can't hear. We can't hear you.
Did he mute his own self? I
Yeah,
think he
yeah,
did.
can y'all hear me now, ladies?
Yeah, you
Yeah, it's a
bad
little
today. Are you
distorted.
in front of the fan or something?
No, you still hear it?
No, but go ahead. Just go ahead.
Do you still hear it? No, I was on something else.
It's better though.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've heard of that rodeo before. But even here in Atlanta, they have a lot of black cowboys that's
Hmm.
here. So, and we even when we see them, because you can see them riding by the expressway with their horses and all that kind of stuff. And I always think it's fascinating that people can tame a horse to even ride next to an interstate. Because I'm always thinking if you're next to a horse, you got to be kind of quiet, or either you throw them off and they jump or buck or whatever you call it. Because I'm not sure what the term is, but I think like I said, I think I would if I would have seen him in a different type of movie, it would have been different for me. But I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was very interesting. It enlightened me on some areas that I did not know. Um, and I like the way that they encumbered the people from actual Fletcher Street. So, but I like the movie. I would give it a 3.5, only because I didn't like the role that Idris played. But I
He
even like the setting because even before the sun went around the corner, the way what is that actress name? The way she even described it, I was like, she gave you a picture of the stables without even seeing the stables. I like the way she did that.
I don't even remember
She
that part.
she said if you walk down the street and you'll smell it before you get there, and
Oh
just
yeah, I
all of that.
remember that.
So
She said,
I even that I thought it was good. I thought even when he came back to a place that he knew nothing about, well, at least he didn't think he knew anything about, that everybody knew him,
okay.
even though he thought that the relationship was broken and he was unknown, unbeknownst, or whatever you want to call it, to him, everybody knew him and he spoke of him to everybody, and he just didn't know it. So I think it was a good movie. I think
Would
it
you
was
give it?
odd at the end when the mother came back on the scene, and I was like, what happened with that? At first, you didn't want to talk, but now you hugs and kisses. But other than that, I did. I enjoyed the movie.
Okay, would you give it? How many Fagos?
3.5. And it's
Oh, okay.
only 3.5 because I didn't like the role that Idris played. I think
Okay.
that could have been better.
Well, then I'll just go next and I'll talk about Idris first because I feel like he had the opportunity to steal our hearts as a black cowboy and he did not do it. I mean, he still looked good, but when you think about Jamie Foxx's cowboy, I was like, whoa, Jamie. You did your thing in that.
Right.
And my mom talked about Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
That wasn't Denzel Washington, was
It
it?
wasn't. I don't know. I didn't see it.
No. Magnificent Seven was that was Denzel.
It's a
Yeah,
remake.
it's two
It's a
of us. A
remake. It's a
remake.
remake.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Okay, because
The
I
new one
Yeah.
has Denzel in it.
So yeah, so I got to check that out. But yeah, so Idris, I kind of feel like this is a Netflix produced movie. They wanted a big name. They got Idris, but I don't know if they paid him a lot to work on the movie or whatever. But as far as the storyline, I feel kind of like I like the fact that it was talking about cowboys, but modern times. So it was a Western hood movie. Like it still was a hood movie because
Okay,
it
so
was that.
Denzel is in the old one, the one that was in 2016. And
It's been remade again
I think so, because the
since
newer
then.
one had that other man in it, I thought. No, no, that's something else I'm thinking. When it was in that cabin in what's the man name? And he's from Atlanta, I think, that always had the cigars.
I don't know.
They got the bad mouth. Well, we call him bad mouth, but um I'm sorry. Let me think about it. But go ahead.
I don't
Go
know
ahead
who.
and finish telling us about what you're doing, Tanya.
Um. Dang. But anyway, I'll just jump to another point because I lost it. But
You were talking about Idris and how he could have stole our hearts, and
yeah,
and your mom was talking about.
he had the mannerisms kind of down, but and then that
Mm-hmm.
silent character, it could have been a lot of that. But still, I feel like in that scene where the son said, "You're everyone else's father, but mine." There still should have been a little more from Idris because the young man laid it out all out on the floor. Okay,
Yes.
so even going back as far as the story, what I feel like it still was a basic hood story. If this wasn't Boys in the Hood intro, I don't know what was sorry, Boys in the Hood, but the intro of him being dropped off by his mom. He's coming from Detroit. He's a young man getting in trouble, kicked out of school again from Detroit. She's taking him to live with his father. So he basically went from one hood to another hood with Philadelphia, right? And so she
Mm-hmm.
kind of dropped him off in the worst place with I guess more guidance because he would not really let him get with the smush character who was the and he was in Moonlight. He was also in the story
Oh,
about the five guys in Central Park. This guy that plays Smush. So he did a okay job to me. I really wasn't impressed with him that much or again the story part, but I like that they are telling the story of the Black Cowboy, and I
Mm-hmm.
would like to see some more Black Cowboy movies like this, or kind of tell us more about Black Cowboys. So yeah, so I'm gonna give it three great Fagos. How about you, Sticks?
can y'all hear me?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. So what I did watch, I was starting to enjoy. I just want to see where it was going. Like you said, he was going to a different hood, which was crazy. And whatever problems were going to come about, they're gonna come out. And he had to learn the whole history, the likeness, how horses are run, how the people his father interacts with, um, everybody who deals with this stable and in that neighborhood dealing with the horses. Plus, you find out like other people are. I find out other people are young like him. Like the one girl, her name is Isha or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his friend Smush. You can tell he's into some not so up and up stuff. It's got to be more likely drugs. So I got a little bit of taste of it, and I kind of like still want to watch the rest of it. But there's a lot of people in here that actually have the acting um, or been in a lot of stuff. Like the woman that plays Nessie, she was in Orange Is New Black for a whole season and played one of the
Mm-hmm.
dominant characters. You saw Method Man as I don't know whether he was a cop or something.
Or
Or
a sheriff or
yeah,
something like that, wouldn't
Yeah,
yeah,
it?
Method
you know.
Man did a good job.
Then you had the guy,
Uh-huh.
like you said, you had his friend, like you said, he's from Moonlight. I didn't recognize him with the hair on his face. He played my man's in that story. He played that guy's a good friend, a friend of his in high school in Moonlight. So I was like, oh, okay. As soon as you said it, I was like, okay. So besides that, it's um, I actually used to go to the, I think it was called the Bill Pickett um, little showcase with the Cowboys. And we used to go like we went years for years as long as it was coming into Detroit. We used to go. We used to watch them, rodeo the calves and ride around the buckets and
Oh
stuff. So it was
wow.
kind of it was interesting to see black cowboy, and there's black guys because I have a cousin. He's into that stuff. So he wasn't in that, but he would do like the like on Thanksgiving they all showed a little rider club that he was on, and
Hmm.
he used to ride in Thanksgiving parades and stuff. They used to look sharp when they be on horseback. So it's kind of cool, and it's just another way of knowing our history, what we were.
Hmm.
Because even in the Civil War, there were
Well, what
black
we
soldiers.
are, right?
You say what now?
I said what we still are, because they still out there.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, well, they had, I believe, the Buffalo Soldiers. That was a whole black,
Hmm.
I think, regime or whatever they call them. So there were black people that you just don't hear about it. It's just like anything. Black people are always less than, but then when you find out, we're more than. And we were a part of. So a big
Hmm.
part of.
There's just left out of history all the time.
All
Like
the time.
this
And I
is
mean, and
great.
it's important too because they did conquer, they did conquer stuff for America, or they did make sure things were, uh, pacified. They police stuff. Like we always doing something. So with this story is just another part of it. Like today's, like there's still people that ride horses. That's still a part of that life. It's not by culture. It's just our people did it. Our people were into a lot of things. So
Hmm.
with that being said, it was kind of it looked like it's a cool story. Um, it looked like I just want to watch a little bit more of it. So at this point, I'll probably give it a 3.5. But when I finish it completely through, it might be higher. That's
All
Fago. So.
right. All right. Yeah. And another part of the storyline, since you brought up the what do you call it? The actual being a cowboy part, like this, they had a whole drama with the stables and things like that in the
Hmm.
movie, and they kind of like are without a place to really
Hmm.
call home, but that's the cowboy life, so it was
Yeah.
kind of true to the game with that to me. But yeah,
And that was just another way to phase them out because guess what? They did not own. They only
yeah,
rented.
they only rented, and
They
still I
only
think at the
rented.
end of the movie you had to rent another place. But yeah,
Hmm.
so good job, Method Man. He did great. Idris, we check you on the next one. It wasn't horrible, but
But Idris is still the man, though. He's still the
yeah, he's
man.
still the man. And the little boy, I'm waiting to see how he develops more as an actor, because he's been doing great to me. Like I really enjoyed him on Stranger
Hmm.
Things. So okay, all right. Well, that's it, y'all. We're gonna go and get up out of here. Unless y'all want to talk about something, I'm good to go. Keep it short, because I feel like ain't nobody in here anyway.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
The
in
only
here.
other thing I was gonna talk about was DMX.
Okay, yeah. So let's speak on
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So is
I
he
think
still alive?
yeah, he's still alive. I think it's a misfortune what happened. I think they're supposed to do brain activity test on tomorrow
Okay.
to see because he went, what was it, 30 minutes without oxygen or something like that.
Oh, I
So
don't
they
know. I didn't
said that it's
hear that
possibly
detail.
some brain damage, severely brain damage, they were thinking. So I don't
Hmm.
know. But he's still on a respirator.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. Because I saw something on the internet. I'm gonna look it up real quick about a visual or something. I was like, why are they having a visual? It just don't sound right. And I was like, so
Yeah.
has he passed? Like
Technically, no, not yet. I think
just
they used the
life
word,
support?
he's on
I
life
mean,
support. But
right.
I think they were using the word visual when it's supposed to been a prayer because they went outside the hospital. But then yesterday I
Hmm.
saw that he's been diagnosed with COVID. And I'm like,
They gonna
they
give
did,
everybody COVID that's been in there. I'm just
but
sorry.
they did let him have outside visitors when they thought he wasn't going to make it. So I'm
Yeah,
wondering if that had anything to play in the part with him being diagnosed with COVID.
I'm gonna put screen share up if I can. Now, I consider certain places a good source of newsworthiness, but my sister kind of laugh at me sometimes because I'll be like, this and that happened. She'd be like, where you hear that? I'll be like, baller alert. She'd be like, oh, that's not a real, that's not a real source of news. I'll be like, yes, it is. But this is the shade room.
Mm.
Uh-oh. Let me put that back up.
What was that post?
This was posted on 4 hours ago, it says.
Mm.
Yeah, to go 30 minutes without brain without oxygen. Yeah, they usually say you can only go about like 7 minutes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they says as many prayers from around the world continue to pour in for DMX. It was previously reported that brain function tests were scheduled for Wednesday to check on the functioning of his brain. However, there has reportedly been no changes when it comes to the function of his brain.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, so TMZ sources revealed that the tests performed on Wednesday showed no improvement in brain activity.
Mm.
So yeah, so if you believe in miracles, now be the time to send
Yeah.
one up for DMX.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's sad that his family is going through that. But
And he
we
has
all gonna check.
15 kids.
What?
Yeah.
15? I watched a little bit. He had a reality show for a minute, and I never
Yeah.
got that sense of he had that many kids. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
15
Wow.
kids.
How many baby mamas?
I don't know. I only
Okay.
know of 3 that
Okay.
actually showed up for his prayer. But you know what? He was engaged.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just
He
feel
was
like
engaged.
DMX is
So
a good
that lady
dude.
was there.
Hmm.
And his ex-wife, because he's been married before, and one of the baby mamas. So I only saw just the 3 women that showed up. But with 15 kids, I'm pretty sure you had more than 3 baby mamas. So I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
But that's
Yeah, I
that
had.
that's a lot, because kids, they already, because I even think about my
And then he
son
might have grown
growing up
kids
without a
too.
father. But he could have. But
Yeah,
15
I'm sure
kids, and
she's
how old is he? He's just 50, right?
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
he
know
was
he was that old.
50. Yeah.
Wow.
Let me
So
see.
okay,
DMX.
so 15 kids. I'm pretty sure all your kids probably aren't grown.
No,
Yeah,
not even half.
I wouldn't think.
But dang, he on them old dirty bastard numbers, huh?
They
Yeah.
said DMX has 4 kids with his ex-wife,
Okay.
Tarisha Simmons.
It was Tarisha. He named all
You
that.
know he
I'm
he
like, he
Yeah,
made
look,
it really clear them those women, all those women.
his
I'm like,
you
man,
know
15.
what he could have.
I think so now. I'm like, at first I cast me up to like, she felt me, maybe she did something, but now, hey,
I'm about to show y'all a picture of his kids, his family. It ain't 15, but it's a good amount. And that might be his daddy. That look like that might be DMX daddy in there. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Okay.
I ain't said she ain't. She's like, I ain't trying to get those numbers, but I'm trying to get about a quarter of them. Yeah, T.
Hold on 1 second. I am.
Yeah. So they say he was DMX is the father of 15 children. He was married to Teresa, like he said, Simmons in 1999, and they were married for 11 years.
Yeah, see, look, there goes some of his kids in that. If I click, do y'all see the next picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So maybe those are just his kids. You see that little baby right there? It's a baby that he's holding.
Hmm.
So that's 5.
Mm.
So yeah.
And one of his kids, he was ordered to pay $1.5 million. This is in back pay for child support.
Hey, when the government get involved, it's a wrap. The friend of the court ain't your
Mm.
friend, Wow, 1 million. But I mean, hey, we all gotta live the lifestyle our daddy living. That's biblical.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna be
but
in the hood and you on private jets. But nah, that's just too bad. I don't know. So keep us posted on the DMX stuff. I don't know. But yeah,
yeah.
prayers to his family. But I feel like I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
It's DMX. It would be a beautiful story. Because he gonna give God all the glory. Shoot.
There
Nobody
you
else
go.
will. DMX
There you
will.
go.
So yeah, but
Do y'all
yeah,
know that?
prayers to him and his family.
Y'all know the girl, Paige Heard. She looked like she's been in on TV or something. I wish I could share this with y'all.
Mm-mm.
I was just looking, just different kids.
Who
They got different
is
angles,
she?
different pictures of his children. Cause I see right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I see seven children in this picture.
Okay.
Mm.
If you just type in DMX's children,
Mm-hmm.
what did I go to? I went to DMX's children, and it took me to this place called BCK, right up there. You got about 1, 2, 3, yeah, 7 kids, 8 with this other young lady. I think she
See,
was
I'm
she.
not getting all of that. Here go another picture though. This is a
Or put
better
in
one.
DMX kids and goddaughter.
I did,
Page
but you
Heard.
know what? I'm not using Google, so I feel like that's why that's not coming up for me. Stop
Mm-hmm.
screen share. I'm using another browser.
I put my other
Here,
browser here.
this. Ah, this is not the one. Do y'all see the picture big or still small?
It's
Still
still
small.
small.
That's the picture I'm
Hold
talking about
on.
right there in the middle. The one in the middle the one
Okay,
in the
I'm
middle
about
with
to
the
pull
girl
that
sniffing
one
stuff.
up
That's the one I was talking about. That young
right
lady
here.
looked like I don't know if she's an actor or she's been on stuff. The one with the white shirt on.
Hmm.
The one right in the
I
middle with the
don't.
white shirt on.
Yeah, I don't know her. She
I seen
possibly could have been.
yeah, I seen her somewhere. I seen her like on like she did like a guest starring on the show or something. I thought
Oh,
she was an
okay.
actress.
I could believe that. I could see that.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got
Mm-hmm.
anything else y'all want to say? We go wrap it up.
No.
All right then, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Two Live Crew. We doing horror next week. First lady's trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna make
First
her
lady don't do horror.
do it. Yeah,
Might
black
have to look
horror.
thriller. She'll do
No.
thrillers, but she don't do horror.
Right.
I feel
If
you. I'm like that too.
Idris Elba was in it, she watch it now.
For like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
All
That's
have
it for
all
to.
me,
right.
y'all. I saw the blood. I'm good. I'm good.
That's how I do, Steve. Because that's how I did with that other movie. I was like, you was like, did you finish it? I was like, I cut it off.
What's the other one with bad hair? That wasn't bad.
Sure.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. It
But
was
all
more
right,
silly and
y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks for
Okay.
watching. All right,
All
see
right,
y'all
guys.
later.
All right.
All
Have a
right,
good night.
okay, y'all
peace.
too.
All right. Bye.